Next question is from Ali P. Fit. Do thermogenic fat burners actually do anything?
Look closely. All he did, he overdosed accidentally when he took just eight controversial diet pills called DNP. Think twice before you take these things. And again,
you guys, I'm opening up about something that I have never shared before with anyone. Not my parents, not my siblings, not my friends. I don't think anyone has ever heard this before. But it came across my YouTube feed the other day. Someone was talking about a fat burning supplement that she was taking to help her reduce belly fat. And I immediately had a flashback to when I was 13 years old and I was on our big, clunky, thick computer in the kitchen, and I was paranoid that people were walking around in and out of the house because I was trying to purchase with my mom's credit card that I probably just took out of her purse. I was trying to purchase some diet fat burning pills. I ended up purchasing these pills, and that was, to be honest, the start of my ED. Like, this is crazy because I completely forgot about this. And I know that sounds weird because you're like, it's your life and that's a really big thing. How do you forget about this? But I do think that I numbed out a lot in my life. And also I think I, for years, was kind of living in an illusion with the eating disorder mind that I can't even really like, it doesn't even really register that that was even my life. And so there are lots of things that I feel like I've just like forgotten. I had, gone into high school and I started just feeling very uncomfortable in my body, and I started noticing that I was a lot more curvier than the other girls. Little did I know, lucky me. Like, oh my gosh, I'm like, Chlo, you're beautiful. You were always beautiful, and you're growing into your womanly body. Like, there was nothing wrong with that. But 13, or I'm going to be 14 at that point, 14-year-old Chlo was like so adamant about having a tiny, tiny, small belly and waist like many of the other girls that I went to high school with. And so I was like, what am I going to do about this? Like, what can I do? And I remember researching online for like fat burning supplements. I was like, oh, I'll just take this pill. Sounds so good, right? Like, dream come true. All I have to do is take this pill and then I am going to lose stomach fat. So I started taking this pill. I remember it was this little red pill. I have no idea what brand it was. Literally, like, I don't know what I was Googling at 14 years old. But I took this little red pill and it started suppressing my appetite. Like, oh my gosh, this is crazy that I'm like literally like just remembering that this was the start. I think things just so quickly spiraled. But that is true if I think about it. Like, I was totally fine and normal with food. I had my things as far as like I had, I think, body image issues, but I never did anything like bad or harmful about it, right? But this was the first time where I was like, okay, I'm gonna take these pills, and then my appetite dropped. So before, my appetite was like raging. I was 14 years old and I was a very hungry child. I always remember just being that child that was just like, food, is there food? Is there more food? Can I have seconds? Can I have thirds? Can I have fourths? Like, I just had a very, what's the word here? There's a word that I want to use. I can't think of the word. Just a very, I guess healthy is a word, but just a huge appetite. And so I started taking these pills and it took away my appetite. Like, I remember being able to all of a sudden go from eating however much I was eating, right? Just a normal kind of 14-year-old, just always kind of snacking, eating, having meals, doing all of that, not restricting anything. I went from that to all of a sudden literally not feeling hungry for food at all. And I would like get full on half a banana. Like, I remember, oh gosh, I remember this. I had packed a banana. I had a whole lunch, right? That I had packed for school. And I remember I started with the banana. I was like, okay, I'm gonna eat my banana first, and then I like had other things. And I remember I started eating the banana, and halfway through I was like, I am so full. Like, I'm so full. like extraordinarily full. I can't finish this. And I remember I have a visual imagery of me throwing away the banana into the trash can and not eating the rest of my lunch. I started taking these diet pills. I mean, it was like multiple times a day. You were supposed to take it like 3 times a day. I started taking them, and that was when I started losing a lot of weight, and that is when I developed anorexia. That's when all of a sudden, it wasn't that I wasn't hungry, now it was like, I don't want to eat, right? And I started getting this high off of not feeling hungry, and that honestly was the start of it all. And I wanted to bring this up because, again, I saw this, excuse me, I was scrolling Instagram, YouTube, and I saw this girl talking about her, her journey taking these fat burner, like thermogenic supplements. And I was like, whoa, are people still doing that? And so then I opened up the search, right? Started Googling, like, what's the best fat burner supplement to take, whatever. I'm like, just what is out there? Like, are we still actually doing this stuff? And I was shocked to see, oh my gosh, there's still so many things on the market as far as like fat burner supplements. And that is crazy to me, especially because I know now how dangerous they are.
Have a friend or family member who's so obsessed with losing weight that they've resorted to using shady diet pills just to push their bodies to the furthest limit? Well, you might want to pay attention or mention this story and its photos that went viral recently. This is a 25-year-old father in the UK. Look closely. All he did, he overdosed accidentally when he took just eight controversial diet pills called DNP. Took them in one day, trying to lose a little extra fat, jumpstart, hoping he could have more muscle. He ended up losing muscle through all this. Docs had to cut part of his leg off that had literally, after he took these pills, part of his leg, you see there, died because of apparently the chemicals in this. But I don't fully understand what is in this medicine, but it raised his body temperature to 107 degrees. He had to be put into a medically induced coma after 8 pills. Think twice before you take these things. And again, I'm not sitting here implying that every diet pill, but this one in particular, dinitrophenol, DNP, and this apparently is highly toxic. It causes your body temperature to artificially rise. We do know that when you do that, you're gonna burn calories. Being sick with the flu burns calories. Doesn't mean I want the flu. And that's what worries me about some of these diet pills is they create an untoward set of circumstances in your body that burn calories, but not in a good way.
So this is what this video is about. It's about warning you guys of the dangers of these supplements. For any of you guys who happen to be taking them, or any of you guys who are curious about taking them, can I just please be the big sister who's standing here and being like, no, please don't. Just like I talk about how bad laxatives are and how that actually ends up ruining your digestive system more, and it ends up, throwing your electrolyte balance off, your microbiome off, it throws everything off. Just like I talk, about not taking laxatives, I want to start talking about not taking fat burner supplements. Let's just listen to this clip real quick. This is it's this like, very macho, like athletic, kind of bodybuilder, like podcast. And they did a little segment on the truth about fat burner supplements.
Next question is from Ali P. Fit. Do thermogenic fat burners actually do anything?
Oh, wait, who picked these questions today?
These are like fun.
You're going down like
super old.
Bodybuilder. Well, these are all questions that we've answered probably 100 times. But back in the days, we haven't talked about some of this stuff in a long time. But I'm glad you are. I just got a text message yesterday from a buddy of mine who sent me over like some supplement company that I'd never heard of. He's like, "Oh, my friend started this. Could you look at them and just tell me what you think?" And at first glance, I'm like, oh, it's pretty standard. There's no proprietary blends. It looks like it's not GMO. I said, don't waste your money on all the fat burner ones and the claims, all those. And those are the most popular, right? Those are sold the most.
Because targeting the pain point that everybody has.
I know. But
Good marketing will go a long, long way.
It's worthless, absolutely worthless.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about the analogy of supplements being like the spoiler on the Honda, like fat burners. Well, I don't even know where that would be.
The sticker. That's the air freshener.
There you go. There you go. That's what I was looking for.
That's the K&N sticker.
Yes.
The ephedra, caffeine, aspirin stack, the good old ECA stack.
You felt that.
Now, you took it and you would lose weight, and people were like, this is burning body fat. No, not necessarily. It's a very strong stimulant and appetite suppressant. So if you take it throughout the day, because they used to recommend taking 3 servings, right? I don't care if it was hydroxycut
It
or
was like legal math.
or Xenadrin, or what I did was I just bought each of them independently and took my own. You take them 3 times a day, they suppress your appetite. So if you've ever been on a strong stimulant, if you've ever taken like prescription Adderall or Ritalin, you know that you don't want to eat much. And that's where the weight loss comes from. Now,
So this is important. Basically, it's saying these things are working not because there is some magical way that it's burning calories in your body. Rather, it's just suppressing your appetite. And for anyone here whose immediate thought is, oh, great, suppressing my appetite. No, let's pause and let's think about this for a second. Your appetite is necessary for human survival. Having a good appetite is a good symbol of metabolic health. So when we lose our appetite, what can happen is we start losing our metabolic health. We start, restricting. Obviously, we don't have an appetite, so we start holding back on food, we start restricting, and all of a sudden, now we're not getting the vitamins, the minerals, and the proper balance of food that we need. It's throwing off our metabolism, it's downgrading the metabolism, which in the end is going to end up, could, for many people, end up having to put on more weight. Hormones are going to become unbalanced, right? For many girls, they're going to have irregular cycles, or they're going to lose their period, you're going to start losing your hair, you're going to start dealing with digestive issues because, well, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? And you're going to have just a complete decrease in the quality of your health because we need food. We can't survive off of food, and we cannot thrive with not enough food. If the body is in a perceived energy debt, it's going to start having very serious side effects. You can look up online, if you want to Google this, relative energy deficiency in sport. I highly recommend researching about that and all of the myriad of effects that happen to both men and women when they put themselves in what we call the energy debt, when there's not enough coming in for how much is being expended out. And so these pills are pretty much caffeine, okay, like a really high dose of caffeine. So it's getting you all like, I have energy, so you're moving more and then you're eating less, and it can create this huge deficit, which, yes, again, some people might immediately lose weight, right? But then look at what happened. Oh, it initiated the starvation response, and I ended up developing an eating disorder. Or it could have just completely downregulated my metabolism. It could have been so many things that kind of happened here. There was an article, let's pull this up. This is on Children's Hospital. On their page, they came up with an article, and it wasn't too extensive, but I'll just read to you kind of their basic little summary here. She said, okay, diet pills are not a new thing, and the desire to be thin is not a new thing either. But despite not being new and being known as dangerous, they're still popular and gaining in popularity. In fact, one study at the University of Minnesota found that teenage use of diet pills has doubled recently. That's really unfortunate. She goes on to say, teens especially feel pressured to be thin and have resorted to internet sources, over-the-counter diet pills, laxatives, and even classmate medications such as Ritalin to find stimulants and appetite suppressants. The National Institute of Health warned that appetite suppression, starvation diets, and use of laxatives will just lead to water and weight loss, and the weight will come back just as quickly when normal eating is resumed. They also warned that pills, powders, and herbs promising a quick and easy fix are frauds and really are too good to be true. Pills that speed up the metabolism and suppress the appetite are risky and can lead to high blood pressure, fast heart rate, and lung and heart problems. Some of the other possible side effects are bloating, diarrhea, insomnia, gas, oily stools. Some diet pills are absolutely not safe for teenagers because they have powerful stimulant effects and are addictive, and they can have serious effects on health. There was this other guy too, sorry, I'm looking down at my computer. He did this YouTube video, and he was sharing some of his impacts on these fat burners. So let's hear what he says.
3 in the morning, I would, lay my head down on those days that I was home early, like around 10 o'clock. And normally I would knock out like that. But after taking these, I couldn't go to sleep 3 in the morning. And then I had to be up at 5 or 6. And I didn't know what was going on. And for, weeks and weeks, I'm like, what's going on? I haven't been sleeping lately. I have this jittery effects from my body. I have anxiety, and these symptoms were all due to this product. And the last time I took it, I took them right before I went to the gym, and I was doing cardio that day. What else I did? I did back, and then I went to do some cardio for a good 30 minutes. I hit the punching bag for a while, and then I tried to do some ab workouts. Coming down to the ab workouts, I was not able to finish because I felt like I was gonna pass out. Mind you, I took this, and then I took my pre-workout. I was taking C4 at the time, which I'm not using anymore either. And I felt so sick that I wanted to throw up in the gym. So I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I'm just gonna leave. I went home. That whole day, my stomach just felt like it was cramped up. And that's one of the symptoms. Like this cramps up your stomach. Like you'll eat food and you feel like it just sits there, and you'll have that not feeling all day in your stomach, and it's just a sick feeling, which you don't want to have. So I went home, and all day I felt sick to my stomach, sick to my life. Like I felt like I literally wanted to die. Like I usually had those symptoms, but that day was just the worst. And then I was just laying down and I'm thinking, what was it? Like, was it something I ate? No, because obviously we had a family dinner the night before. No one else was sick but me. Nothing was wrong with the food. Anything else that I ate during that day was clean stuff. I had oatmeal, which is actually really good for your digestive system. And I had like a clean lunch. I had a salad as well. So I know it was this, and it was right after I took it, because obviously I was in the gym and I noticed it. And I would never ever take this again.
So this guy took this fat burner, went to the gym, and all of a sudden just like his stomach just clenched up, right? And that's the thing with these things. They are literally impacting your gut microbiome. They're impacting the motility of your gut. They're really messing up with just the natural flow of things. Even just looking at a WebMD thing, it's literally saying some fat burner supplements have been linked to problems with liver damage. Do you guys know how important your liver is? It is not only the place of detoxification in your body, it is also the battery pack of your body. It's also the place where you balance out blood sugar. It's also the place where you convert T4 to T3, which is the active form of thyroid, which is for your metabolism. And so we really don't want to be messing with our livage, geez. We don't want to be messing with our liver. It says here, some herbs like ephedra that were once used in fat burners are now banned by the FDA because they cause high blood pressure, mood change, irregular heart rate, stroke, seizures, and heart attacks. Like, that's really, really intense. And then here, again, on healthline.com, it's saying there's no evidence that fat-burning pills or supplements can effectively burn fat. So it's interesting as I read here on this article, just the main side effects of fat burners. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because how many of these did I deal with after starting to take these things? Allergic reactions. It's saying that one of the most common side effects of fat burners is an allergic reaction. The ingestion of alien ingredients present in fat burners triggers the immune system. This leads to allergic reaction, often exhibited with skin itchiness and dry mouth, digestive troubles, constipation, vomiting, diarrhea, all of that, insomnia, because again of the high caffeine intake. That's pretty much what it is. Heart risk. So the ingredients of fat burners are accused of increasing blood pressure and heart rate. The parameters are known to increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. In severe cases, fat burner side effects extend to chest pain, pounding, rapid heartbeat, and shortness of breath. One of the side effects here is literally weight gain relapse. Fat burners allow the quick weight loss concept. They show immediate results, but this is short-term and short-lived. While prolonged use of fat burners can even prove fatal, its short-term use causes harmful fluctuations in the body that leads to relapse. One ends up gaining more weight once the use of fat burners has stopped. We have dehydration, we have liver damage, we have the addictive nature of them, and and it can be really, really harmful for people who are anemic, pregnant, people with high blood pressure already, alcohol abusers, drug addicts, all of that. We have to really be careful when we start messing with the natural systems of our body and how things just work. When we start doing stuff like this, where it's like, this is a quick fix, it's like we really have to start raising an eyebrow. Like, quick fixes with health, I don't know. Besides like antibiotics, right? Like, yes, antibiotics if you have strep throat is gonna like obviously help, but I'm talking about like chronic things, right? Like there's no quick fix here. And when we try and do things that are just going to give us that quick fix, like starvation or taking these diet pills or doing an obscene amount of cardio, whatever, we have to understand that there are going to be consequences that come with it. I wish I just understood when I was little how to better care for my body and how to improve my metabolism and not destroy my metabolism by doing things like this. It took me on a very long road, right? 11 years of eating disorders, and then it was years of metabolic recovery after that to just get my body to a place where it feels safe and it feels healthy and it feels nourished. It took a while to get there, and so I hope that this video helps any of you guys who are out there who have been thinking about like, do I do this? Do I not do this? I hope that you guys understand that these things are going to have negative consequences. And also, I would say look into the reason why you want an extraordinarily flat stomach, and doing a lot of body image work is going to be an important part of this process. For many of us, having a very flat stomach is not going to be healthy and is not going to be supportive for our metabolism. And actually having that, like, you know, you hear all the time, like, I want to lose those last 5 pounds. I'm like, yeah, honey, maybe your body doesn't want to lose those last 5 pounds. Maybe those 5 pounds are actually keeping you fertile, and they're keeping you healthy, and they're keeping you nourished. And we shouldn't strive for perfection with our body in that way, and for like, I have to exactly look like this. Strive for health. Metabolically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, strive for health. Don't strive for body aesthetic. At least that's been my motto, and I've been a lot happier for it. Even though I may be less toned, or I don't necessarily have a flat stomach or a six-pack, I'm like, sure, I don't have that, but what do I have? I have true fitness, I have true health, I have a monthly menstrual cycle, and I have all those things that really matter. And yeah, so I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Again, my name is Chlo. You can follow me on Instagram at FlowWithChlo, and you can subscribe here to hear more of my story of healing my metabolism from years of eating disorders, and also getting my period back. And this is the work that I've been doing for years. I've helped hundreds of women get their period back at this point. It's a really beautiful journey. If you're someone who has taken things too far and it's resulted in hormonal imbalance, and this definitely is the channel for you. So I hope I see you in the next one, and I wish you guys the best.